Well, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are indeed. The one video I was dreading. The one video that I didn't want to do. So, you're probably wondering, well, we haven't even played the team yet, so why am I doing a video now? Well, this is indeed a preview. This is an actual review. So this is the preview before the match starts tomorrow. So, I'll go ahead and say it. England are playing Sweden in the quarterfinals of the World Cup. There's a lot at stake. There's a semi-final place up for grabs. There's a possibility that England can go all the way. I mean, the opposition that we have in front of us is, on paper, relatively easy. But, yeah. So, Sweden. You know, tomorrow is going to be very, very strange for me. It's going to be so weird. However, I want to make one thing absolutely clear. The feeling that I have for Sweden right now will not be affected by the time the match finishes tomorrow. That is a given. I have too much feeling for Sweden. There's a little bit of Sweden in this heart. There's a little bit, and that's why it's so difficult. But no doubt about it, I am 100% England tomorrow. I'll be following England only tomorrow. I'm English. It makes sense, right? You know, football is coming home, right? I want England to beat Sweden tomorrow. But that's absolutely true. But like I said, it will be sad to see Sweden lose. I mean, hell, they might even beat us. But we'll get to that in a minute. That's why it's a tie. But yeah, obviously I want England to win tomorrow, 100%. But what will happen if Sweden beat England? Now, I told you this video was going to be difficult. The feelings will not change. The feelings will not change. Now, normally, you know, when losing to a nation like, you know, Italy, Argentina, Germany, you know, these are all rival teams. You know, they're all, like, Germany always beat us. You know, Germany versus England, you know, the old enemy. Argentina against England, well, we don't really like the Argentinians because they always like to cheat. And, well, actually, Colombia made Argentina look like our best mates the other day. But you know what I mean? Like, we don't enjoy watching teams like Argentina, Germany. Like, we always like to see them lose because, you know, they always beat us in major tournaments. So it's kind of fitting that you make those nations be a rival in terms of football. But there is no doubt in my mind, there is no way that a game of football, a sport where you kick a football around a pitch, is going to determine my love for a country. There is just no way that's going to happen. I have a huge affiliation with Sweden. You know, I mean, back when I used to do all of my Swedish lessons, you know, back in the old days, you know, like 10 years ago. I feel old looking at those videos. I was looking at some of them the other day, just, you know, bringing in a little bit of nostalgia. You know, I won't ever take those videos down. They're like part of my history, you know, on YouTube. Those were the videos that actually got me into YouTube in the first place. You know, teaching Swedish to. I mean, I was just somebody that was into it at the time, and you know, I wanted to sort of have other people learn it as well along the way. The question is, do I still hold up my Swedish interest today? Well, yes, technically I do. I just don't talk about it as much. You know, on social media, I tend to sort of... Like, Sweden has a very special place. There's a little part of Sweden in my heart. But, you know, I don't tend to talk about it as much as I did before. You know, if I was maybe 7 or 8 years ago, I would have been absolutely on it with Sweden. You know, I would have been, jumping around for joy about, what they're doing in sports. You know, I'd be sort of following them like, yeah, Sweden, yay. But nowadays, I don't do that anymore. I've kind of like grown up and, liked other things, and it's kind of like swept the whole thing under the rug. But, privately, I tend to sort of see what Sweden are up to, and how things are getting on. There's a lot of Swedish players in Overwatch League, so there's always a reason to follow them, in other things and as well as football. But yeah, I mean, every single England fan right now is hoping that we go all the way, and I hope we go all the way. England will go all the way. They will win the World Cup. And they'll play either France or Belgium, because Belgium just beat Brazil and France beat Uruguay today. So we'll play either Belgium or France in the World Cup final. And that'd be fitting if we played Belgium, because we just played them in the group stages and they beat us. And the only reason why they beat us was because we had our B team out. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, so completely lost track of what I was saying. Anyway, yeah, sorry about the flies. I've had problems with flies all bloody day. It's the summer periods. This cabin's got a load of flies in here. So if you see the odd fly go past me, then sorry about that. There's nothing I can do. Unless you want me to start clapping, trying to get rid of them. Anyway, I'm getting off track. So, Sweden. On paper, we should beat them. The thing is, I know certain players in that team that might hurt us. Forsberg, for one. Emil Forsberg is like the centerpiece of their team. Then you got Andreas Granqvist at the back, who's like the Swedish version of John Terry. He like mops everything up as far as headers are concerned. There you go, another fly going over there somewhere. I don't know if you saw it. But anyway, yeah, Granqvist, Swedish version of John Terry, can head a real good ball, and he can take penalties as well, as we saw. Sweden beat Korea with that penalty from Granqvist. Of course, they got Lindelof as well at the back. Lindelof and Granqvist. Lustig, also the right back, but I don't think he's going to play because he's suspended. He got a yellow card in the last game. And then, of course, you've got the midfield. Sebastian Larsson, Klassen, Ekdal, Forsberg. And up front, you've got Marcus Berg. I mean... Oh yeah, and Toivonen as well. Don't forget Toivonen. And Tillin. I think his name is Kies Tellin, I think. Yeah. But anyway, it's a very, very strong Swedish team that we're going up against tomorrow. There's got a lot of talent in there. Forsberg is definitely going to be somebody to stop, because he can produce something. But we've got players like Kane, Ali, Lingard, Sterling, Henderson. We've got some talent in our team. We've got a lot of talent that are worth probably millions. And we should be able to beat a Sweden side, despite the fact... Well, Sweden, they've managed to beat Italy in the playoffs to even get to the tournament, and they were able to get out of a group that consisted of the world champions Germany and Mexico, and they even topped that group. So the Swedes aren't there to be taken lightly. I think they can beat anybody on their day, and we just got to be cautious. I know that we've got big egos, and I think Gareth Southgate has kind of put them into shape. I mean, Harry Kane has come off social media. Well, he doesn't use social media very much because, he doesn't want to get into the whole... Doesn't want to let things get to him on social media, and he's sort of like knuckled down and got on with it. And I think the majority of the players have done that. They've taken up Kane's idea of just staying away from social media and just getting on with it, And I think that's what every single player should do right as of now. Now that we're still in the tournament, there's a lot to play for. There's a semi-final to play for tomorrow. If we beat Sweden, we get there. If there's a lot at stake. But I love Gareth Southgate, man. Gareth Southgate is just such a great guy. Like, he knows how to manage a football team. I think he'd do well with a Premier League side, to be honest. And well, if he manages to get a win tomorrow, then well, like I said in the last video, we're heading into the unknown. We're heading into, you know, euphoria territory. You know, we could play Croatia in the semi-finals, or either Croatia or Russia in the semi-finals. We'll have so much hype and so much belief that we can beat either of them. And then we'll go to the final to play either France or Belgium. Well, if we get to the World Cup final, I don't know what this nation would do. I don't know what, like, this nation would go all out. It would literally go all out. Like anybody that doesn't follow football in the UK would actually get in on this. They would actually find a way to watch it somehow. Like, I know a lot of people, like school friends, for instance. Sorry, my camera went out there, so I had to start it again. Anyway, yeah, I know a lot of school friends that don't really care too much about football, but I'm willing to bet that those people will actually turn a TV on to watch the World Cup final because England are in it, you know? That's how strong a World Cup is. You know, it sort of grips you, even though you're not really a football fan. But yeah. But, you know, even if we do beat Sweden, then great. You know, football's coming home. We're in the semi-finals. We could beat anybody on our day. We'll be buzzing. This nation will be buzzing if we go to the semi-finals. I'll be the exact same. I'll be like everybody else in England right now. If we beat Sweden, we're in the semis. We're there. You know, we are literally all pumped up. We could beat anybody on our day. But I will feel a little bit of sadness for Sweden because that would be. I feel a little bit sad for them because, you know, I've been following both nations in both in qualifying and in the actual World Cup, and to see at least one of them go will be sad for me, whether it's England or Sweden. You know, one of them has to go. Well, tomorrow I will be following England, and I hope England do beat Sweden. But think about it: if Sweden was still in the competition and England were out, I'd be following Sweden all the way. No doubt about it. But as luck would have it, we're playing against each other in the quarterfinals, and well, we all know who I'm rooting for. So, well, may the best team win tomorrow. And like I said at the beginning of the video, anything I feel about Sweden now, right here, right now, as I'm doing this video, it will not affect how I feel about them come the end of the game. And that's something that I want to make absolutely clear. Sweden have that little place in my heart that is special. And especially when I've done all of these Swedish lessons in the past, you know, that's part of my YouTube history, as it were. But of course, England winning is what we want to see tomorrow, as far as I'm concerned. So anyway, thank you very much for this video. Thank God it's over. Well, technically it's not over because I've still got to do the aftermath tomorrow. I've still got to do the review. This is the preview. Don't forget, this is the actual preview before we see the match. And then tomorrow I have to do the review after. Well, that's when we'll find out who's beaten who, and then we'll see how I'm feeling at the end of that. So, yes, guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope every single England fan enjoys the game. And like I said in the last video, you're going to need every single last drop of that beer you've bought at the supermarket, because it's going to get hectic tomorrow. It's going to get really dramatic. Really dramatic. Whatever happens, I want a clean game. I want a good football match to watch. And I want to see an equal game. I want to see both teams battling it out. And of course, I want to see England win, of course. Well, that's a given because I'm English. Come on, guys. Football's coming home. England going to the final. Come on. Yes. Anyway, I'm going to end the video there. So thank you very much for watching, guys. And I'll see you after the game. See you later. Peace.